welcome to You and I Together. We're excited to have you guys today. My name is Maya Anderson. I am a 4-H program coordinator here in Oahe County at the University of Idaho Extension Office. And I'm excited to have you guys today so we can have some fun with origami animals. And I'd like to also welcome Courtney today. She's going to be our chat helper. So first off, who is UNI Extension? The University of Idaho Extension brings the knowledge and research of the University of Idaho to you, where you live, when it's convenient for you. We're leaders in building a thriving, prosperous, and healthy Idaho. The University of Idaho Extension provides reliable, realistic, research-based education to help inform people and businesses and communities to solve problems, develop skills, and build a better future. Throughout our statewide network of faculty and staff in 42 counties, 3 federally recognized tribes, and 9 College of Ag and Life Science research centers, we work to transform knowledge into solutions that work. To find a location near you, go ahead and check the link that was just put in the chat. We focus on contemporary topics that matter most to you, including small and large-scale sustainable agriculture, home horticulture, natural resources, health and nutrition, food safety, personal finance, youth development, and community development. And today we are going to watch a quick video about our food systems and landscape program.
University of Idaho Extension is helping to shape the food systems and landscapes of Idaho for the future. From home gardening education to solutions for short season and high altitude gardening, fire-resistant plants, and pest and disease management, UI Extension is growing and cultivating a better future.
A little bit about me. Like I said, I am the 4-H program coordinator in Hawaii County, so I focus on youth development, and we do youth programming ages 5 to 18. We focus on club, in-school, after-school, and day camp delivery for our programming, and some of our primary focuses here in Hawaii County are market and livestock animals, breeding animals rather, horse and small animals. We also have a large communication and expressive arts program with lots of public speaking and projects like leathercraft and sewing. And we also have a predominant shooting sports program here in Hawaii. And if anyone has any questions throughout, please go ahead and let us know. You can put them in the chat, and that way Courtney can read them. So I know to stop and help if anyone needs it with their project. So. First thing off, we are going to be folding origami today, but before we do so, I want to talk about endangered species. And the animal we're going to fold today for origami is a turtle, so I figured that that would be an awesome thing to talk about turtles and learn a little bit about them while we're folding a turtle today. So there's hundreds of different species that are endangered in the world, and a lot of that is because of human activity, and turtles is just one of the types of animals that are endangered. There's 5 types of turtles that are native to the United States, and those turtles are threatened by numerous things, such as loss of habitat and nesting areas. When they lay their eggs on the beach, those beaches can be compromised. Incidental capture, this can be in recreational or commercial fishing operations, and then they can also get caught in or eat debris such as trash in the ocean. So you may be wondering, well, they're endangered, so what is being done about it? So NOAA, or the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, works with U.S. Fish and Wildlife to do a couple of things to try to preserve our native turtles. That is to regulate the type of fishing equipment that is being used to be sure that it's safe for turtles to minimize their captures. They're also working to protect and restore nesting areas, and they're also supporting regulations for artificial lights and for construction during nesting periods. So the little hatchlings, the little cute baby turtles that we all love to see, they can get thrown off by artificial lights, and if there's construction going on, that can also not be good for them. So Those organizations are working really hard to do some great things for turtles. And after we learn to make our turtle, I'll also talk to you guys about some things that you can do at home to also help our turtles. So for our project today, for our origami, we're going to need a few materials. You're going to need some paper. If you don't have specialized origami paper, that is totally okay. You don't have to have it. Normal printer paper works just fine. You'll see me using colored paper today. I have green because I thought that would be fitting for a turtle, but you can use whatever color or white. You may want to have a folding tool or a ruler. I like to use a ruler to make really good creases in my origami, but it's not required. It's just if you want to have it. We are going to need scissors today. If you'd like to use double-sided tape to hold your folds together, you're welcome to, but it is not a requirement. And then we're also going to use a pin to give our turtle some eyes today. So before we start, there's two types of folds I want to talk about with you guys. Today we're going to be using the valley fold in our project. Okay, so when we're doing this type of fold, I want you to think about the shape of a valley and kind of a river running through the base. So our crease is down and edges of the paper are going to be up. And then we also have mountain folds, which are going to be the opposite. Those folds are going to resemble a mountain. So our peak at the top of our mountain is going to be the crease, and the edges of the paper is going to be the base of our mountain. I'm going to switch over and share to a camera so you guys can see my hands. Alrighty, so you can see here I have my piece of paper. So when we're folding origami, what we are going to need first off is a square piece of paper. So as you can see, this printer paper is not square. If you have origami paper that's specialized for origami, then it's probably already square, but today I'm going to show you guys how to make our paper square. So you're going to take your bottom corner and you're going to fold it to the opposite edge of your paper. And you want that to come flush to the edge and create a point. If you want to use your folding tool, you can, and you're going to take that and make your crease. So here we made a triangle that's equal length on both sides. So we're going to cut this rectangle off. I'm going to grab my scissors. Please be careful when you're using scissors. And also really take your time. We want a nice straight cut. We're going to cut right along the edge of our triangle here. Really take your time and try to go nice and straight down that edge because we're going to need straight edges as we move on in our project. We're going to open up that triangle we just made and you guys can see that we now have a square. So we are ready to start our folding. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to fold our paper in half. I like to put my finger over here to have a good line to press up against, and then you can crease. You can use that tool if you'd like, and then we're going to unfold. So now we have a valley fold. Okay? We are now going to turn our paper over. And you're going to take your top right corner, and that's going to fold down here into the center, down our middle seam that we just made. It's really important that these seams are really nice and creased and solid. So if you have your tool, go ahead and use that. And then we are going to do the same thing on our left side. Bring that left corner down to that center crease line. You really want to try your best to make sure that they're lining up so that we have a nice straight line here. And then again, we want a good solid crease there. And you can use your folding tool if you'd like. So now we have something that kind of resembles a house shape, right? Here's our roof and then the base of our house. Now we are again going to flip it over. Okay, so this time, we're going to take this sort of middle point we have here, and again, we're going to fold down to the center line. Okay, this one is going to have a much narrower point at the top. So really take your time to make sure you get a nice crease there. And that's going down our center line and then push down again. Right here, we have a couple folds thickness of paper, so I'm going to give that a good crease with my tool as well. And we're going to repeat that on our left side. It might help you to hold your finger here on this point so it doesn't have the tendency to fold down. And then give it a good crease. And I'm going to use my folding tool again right there. Okay, so now we have something that maybe is starting to look more like an airplane than a turtle, but I promise you we're getting there. We're going to make a turtle. No airplanes today. So now what I want you to do is you're going to take your right kind of piece of your shape and fold that up. And then you're going to grab this sort of fold that we have here and bring it forward. Okay, so we're bringing this up, grabbing this fold from the back and flattening it out. Okay, so we now have this square shape here. You can kind of fold those creases back if you'd like to try to help it to lay a little bit flatter. As you can see, we are starting to have it kind of bubble up a little bit. That's where our double-sided tape will come in later on. So we are now going to take this top corner and it's going to fold down to meet here in this middle seam. And it's going to fold just right perfectly in half. So line that point up there and fold. All righty. I don't see any questions. I'm hoping you guys are still tracking along with me. Okay, so next we are going to, this top fold that we just creased, we're going to kind of pick up half of that, okay? And you're going to flip that straight up. So you want these two middle lines to really line up straight and nice and give that a good push. And I'm going to use my creasing tool there because we've got a lot of layers of paper that have folded. Okay, we're hitting the home stretch on our actual folding. So next we're going to take this lower right sort of leg looking item, and that is going to fold halfway up, okay, to meet the center, press, and then fold it back down. Okay, so that's a two-step. So it was laying down, we folded it in half, and then about a quarter back down to have this little leg shape to come down here. And we're going to do the same thing on our left side. We're going to fold this up straight. And this back quarter down. It's helpful here again to line up so you have them sticking out the same way. We want this line to be straight. Give that a good crease and good press, and then drum roll please. Turn it over and you have your turtle. So that is the final step of our folding. The last step to finish off your turtle is to take your pen. You can also use a marker if you'd like. I like to give them a little eyeballs here. You could give them a little smiley face if you'd like. And there is your turtle. So now that we have made our turtle friend, let's talk a little bit about how you can advocate for the turtles that we have here in the United States. So we now have this cool turtle. You can show your friends how to make this cool turtle. Maybe you can take it to your classroom or you can show your family and they'll say, oh my gosh, I love turtles. What can we do to help them? Well, here's some things that you can do at home. So the first thing, and the easiest thing for us to be doing is to dispose of our trash properly. This is super, super helpful for our turtle friends because they can easily mistake trash for things that they should be eating. Like our plastic bags might look like a jellyfish, Or the rings that come around your soda cans or your Gatorade, they can get their heads stuck through that. Or they could possibly eat a straw and it could get stuck in their esophagus, or they could get it stuck in their nose. So it's very important that we don't litter, and it's very important that we dispose of our trash properly. Another way that you can be helpful is to not release balloons. I know it's so fun to release balloons at parties, but those balloons can end up in our water streams, and all streams and rivers eventually lead to the ocean. And then lastly, raise awareness about turtles. Tell your friends that they're threatened, and those fun little green guys that we love to see and that we folded today are super important to still have in our world. And if other people dispose of their trash really well, they can maybe help save turtles as well. Thank you guys for folding with me today. I hope you enjoyed making this origami turtle and learning a little bit about endangered species with me today.